All right, this story comes to us from the Middle East. It is a traditional story, and this one is called The Three Princes. So, I don't know if you're starting to notice that a lot of our stories do have princesses or princes in them. There is always somebody wise and somebody foolish, or often, I should say, not always, but often, someone wise, someone foolish. There is often a lesson that is learned. There is often a contest. And this story of the three princes that comes from the Middle East has a few of those story elements in them. This one is retold by Kimmel. And if you are a second grader listening to this story, this is the man who retold the story of Herschel and the Hanukkah goblins that we read back around Christmas and Hanukkah time before winter break. So you might recognize his storytelling style. So this is the story of the three princes. I'm trying to get the light reflection off of the shiny book. And it is a tale from the Middle East. The Three Princes. Brody. Once there was, and once there was not, a princess who was as wise as she was beautiful. Princes from all over the world sought her hand in marriage, but the ones she liked best were three cousins. Prince Fahad, Prince Mohammed, and Prince Mohsen. There she is. The beautiful and wise princess. I like when princesses are wise. Prince Fahad and Prince Mohammed were men of wealth and renown, although they were neither young nor handsome. Prince Mohsen, by contrast, was tall and slender as a reed. His flashing eyes melted the princess's heart the first time she saw him. However, as the youngest son of a poor king, Prince Mohsen possessed little more than his handsome face, his cloak, and his camel. Nonetheless, he was the one the princess loved and the one she was determined to marry. So there are Fahad and Muhammad, and there is Mohsen, tall and slender Mohsen. The wazir, their chief minister, scoffed at her decision. Mohsen, he has nothing to give you. Then I will give him a chance to find something, the princess said. Summoning the three princes, she said to them, go out into the world for a year and bring back the rarest thing you find in your travels. I will marry the prince who returns with the greatest wonder. So there is the wazir, the advisor, and she's telling the princess, go find something to bring back to me, setting them the contest. The next morning, the three princes rode out together. They traveled across the desert for many days until they came to a place where the path branched off in three directions. This is a sign that we should separate, Prince Fahad said. Prince Muhammad and Prince Mohsen agreed. Prince Fahad took the path to the right. Prince Muhammad took the path to the left. And Prince Mohsen continued straight across the desert. After 1 year's time, they returned to the place where the three paths met. They camped for the night, sharing stories of their adventures. One by one, the stars came out. What great wonder did you find on your travels? Prince Fahad asked Prince Muhammad. Prince Muhammad replied, I traveled across iron mountains to the distant Hadramut. In a cave guarded by a frightful jinn, I found a great wonder. He reached under his cloak and he took out a crystal ball. A crystal ball? What is so wonderful about that? His cousins asked. This is no ordinary crystal ball, Prince Muhammad replied. When I peer inside it, I can see what is happening anywhere in the world. Is that not a wonderful thing? His cousins agreed that it was. Brody, honey, I need you to stay quiet, please. Prince Muhammad turned to Prince Fahad. What wonder did you bring back from your travels? Prince Fahad answered, I traveled across Egypt's desert sands. In the tomb of a forgotten king, I discovered this. He unwrapped a bundle and spread it on the ground. It was a carpet. A carpet? What is so wonderful about that? Prince Mohammed and Prince Mohsen asked him. Prince Fahad replied, "This is a flying carpet. It can carry me wherever I want to go in less time than it takes to tell about it. Is that not a wonderful thing?" His cousins agreed that it was. Then Prince Fahad and Prince Muhammad turned to Prince Mohsen. "What rare and wonderful thing did you find on your travels?" they asked. "I journeyed to the shores of the great sea," Prince Mohsen replied, "and there I met a sailor who gave me this." He opened his hand and he held out an orange. His cousins began to laugh. "Is that all? An ordinary orange?" "This is not an ordinary orange," Prince Mohsen protested. "It is a healing orange. It can cure any illness, even if a person is dying." "If what you say is true, then this orange is the greatest wonder of all," the other two princes said. However, they did not sound as if they really believed it. As the three princes sat under the starry sky, Prince Mohsen happened to remark, "I wonder if the princess is well. We have not seen her in a year." "Gather round," Prince Mohammed said. "My crystal ball can show her to us." The three princes peered inside the ball together. I wonder if you can make a prediction. What is going to happen based on what you've heard in the story so far? If you can, you could pause right here and make your prediction. See if you are correct. A tragic scene appeared before their eyes. There lay the princess, pale as death. The wazir, the ladies and gentlemen of her court stood around her bed weeping. Doctors bent over her, shaking their heads. The princes lowered their ears to the crystal ball and found they could hear what the doctors were saying. "Our princess is dying. She will not live to see the sun rise." "The princess needn't die. My orange can cure her," Prince Mohsen cried. "But how can I reach her in time? Even if I rode all night, I could never arrive by morning." "My carpet can carry us there in an instant," Prince Fahad said. "Quick, get on." The three princes leaped onto the flying carpet. God bless you. In less time than it takes to tell about it, the carpet whisked them through the air all the way to the princess's palace. The princes ran through the gates, crying, "Clear the way, let us through!" Crowds of courtiers parted to let them pass. Prince Mohsen knelt beside the dying princess. He cut the healing orange into 4 pieces. As soon as the princess tasted the first piece, her color returned. The second piece, and her eyes opened. The third, and she sat up in bed. By the time she finished the last piece, she was completely cured. "A miracle!" the vizier cried. The courtiers echoed, "A miracle!" "It is a miracle indeed," the princess said. "These 3 noble princes have restored me to life. I will marry the prince who was most responsible for saving me." "Which one is that?" everyone asked. "The princess obviously means Prince Mohsen, for it was his orange that cured her," the doctor said. "True," the courtiers replied, "but the orange had to arrive in time to be of any use. Prince Fahad's magic carpet brought it here, so he is the one who really saved her." "But neither the orange nor the carpet would have done any good if the princess had not known that the princess was dying," the vizier pointed out. "I say it was Prince Muhammad's crystal ball that was most responsible for restoring our princess to life." The doctors and courtiers and the vizier argued and argued, but could not agree. And so in the end, they did what they should have done in the beginning. They asked the princess, "Which prince truly saved your life? Which one are you going to marry?" The princess answered, "No prince could have saved me by himself. Each needed the help of his companions. All 3 played an equal part, and I am grateful to them all." "But you cannot marry them all," the wazir protested. I know, I must choose one, and the one I choose is Prince Mohsen. Mohsen? Why not Mohammed? Why not Fahad? Everyone asked. The princess summoned the three princes to kneel before her. Prince Fahad, she said, do you still have your flying carpet? I do. Prince Mohammed, do you still have your crystal ball? I do. And what of you, Mohsen? Where is your magic orange? I gave it up to save your life, princess, he answered. You see how it is, the princess told her courtiers. Prince Mohammed and Prince Fahad have lost nothing. Each still has his crystal ball and flying carpet. With these wonders added to the wealth and renown they already possess, they will have no trouble finding other princesses to marry. But Prince Mohsen gave up his orange, his only possession, to save me. He was the one who sacrificed the most. I cannot restore his orange. However, I can give him something of equal value. I can become his bride. Oh, she's so smart. Thus it was said, and thus it was done. Prince Fahad and Prince Mohammed found other princesses to marry, equally beautiful, if not as wise. And the princess, who was as wise as she was beautiful, which made her more beautiful still, and Prince Mohsen, who had won her heart from the first, lived together in joy and delight to the end of their days. And that is the end of our tale from the Middle East.
Mom.